Hey guys, hope everybody's doing great. I actually wanted to touch on a little personal level and actually tell you guys what exactly ALS is, and um, actually encourage y'all to support the need to find more research on ALS because it's such a terrible disease. It's a little bit of a personal subject for me. My dad's best friend, who was a surgeon, was diagnosed with ALS a couple of years ago, and sadly, he no longer is a surgeon, but he is doing well. He's actually a professor at Baylor now, and he's still able to teach, so that's just a blessing for him. And so to get it started, what actually is ALS? People know it as the Lou Gehrig's disease, and it's a terrible disease. It's extremely rapidly progressive, and it's extremely fatal. It's a neurological disease that once you get it, it immediately starts attacking your nerve cells in your body and all of your nerve cells. And what that does is when it attacks those nerve cells, your muscles, all of your muscles in your body, completely start to degenerate. Slowly, you will lose the ability to walk. You'll lose the ability to function in your arms. You'll lose the ability to talk. And the worst thing is that your brain is still fully functional. You're still all there. And you want to do the things that you used to be able to do, but you can't even communicate with people. And it's such a terrible disease, but we actually don't know that much about it. And that's why the world needs to hop on this train of encouraging the research of ALS. But I said we don't know a lot about it, but let me tell you a couple things that we do know. A few things that we do know is that more than 12,000 people in America today are diagnosed with it. It's usually older white males, males in general, males much more than females, but it could be anybody. That's what's so terrible about it. And the worst thing of them all is that 90% of the people that are diagnosed with this terrible disease actually die within 3 to 5 years of being diagnosed. And that last year is simply in a wheelchair because your muscles are so degenerated that you can't even talk to your family members. And so you would think with this terrible disease that we would know a lot about it, but the sad thing is we don't. What we don't know is we actually don't know the first symptoms of ALS. And it sounds absolutely terrible, but we don't. The first symptoms are so subtle that doctors can confuse them with other things and give you the wrong diagnosis. And what's even worse is that there is no single one test that a doctor can perform on you to actually prove that you have ALS. So they have to do several different tests, and it's very hard to diagnose a person with that in early stages. And the other thing, we don't even know the cause of ALS. People get it just randomly. You think it could go through the genes, and some people are just unlucky enough to be diagnosed with ALS, and it's terrible. And the worst case of all, we have no cure. We have absolutely no idea how to cure ALS and how to even slow it down. So, everybody's seen the Ice Bucket Challenge. It's completely taken the world by storm, and I don't know if you guys actually know how it all got started, but it's an incredible story. There's a guy named Pete Frates. I hope you guys go look him up on the internet after watching the speech. It's truly touching. ESPN did a huge story over him, and there's a video that I'm going to show you in a little. But he was a baseball player at Boston College University. He was an incredible athlete. He's an outfielder. And he was diagnosed with ALS, and he was sad about the facts that we didn't know anything about it. And so he decided to, even knowing his own fate, take the fight to ALS and get research for people for the future. And so he was the one that started the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. and I've got a little video for you guys right here.
The perfect place on a perfect day. The outfield at Fenway. Pete Frates did what he's asked so many others to do.
You ready for this?
Pete Frates and those who love him know the challenge goes on. But thanks to him, now so many others know it too.
So, like I said, I hope you guys get on the internet, you look him up, and you watch the full story on ESPN. It's incredibly emotional, and I hope I've encouraged you guys to join the support to find more out about ALS.